not very elder friendly,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, exactly.
So, my parents cut out. I thought they was gonna downsize, from all the maintenance and stuff from a home, but they went and bought a mini mansion, man. Every day the children, the grandchildren are over there. It's a great time going down there, man.
That's why they did it. My cousin did the same thing. Brought a 6 bedroom joint so that everybody can just come down and crash.
Yo, my sister was like, I want to go see mommy and daddy, but I don't want to get close. I said, all of y'all can be in their living room and still be social distancing, right?
Hey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And where my pops is in Florida, he's in the boondocks. He's been social distancing since 1997. That man,
With
listen,
a shotgun.
he has no neighbors, son. His next door neighbor is like a quarter mile down the street.
Nice,
He got to
nice.
go searching for the virus. He'd have to actually look for it. I told him,
Word.
yo, that's cool. Keep him, because he just turned 90 in January.
Woo!
So, yeah, thank God. He's doing. Got a wife that's 1 year younger than my oldest sister, so she's keeping she's keeping his
I,
ass busy.
I ain't mad at him at all, man.
Nah, baby.
That's probably what's
Nah,
keeping
and
him
thank you.
alive.
Exactly. Whether I like her
Yeah.
or not, she's got my old man up and moving.
Hey,
Literally.
brother. If he like her.
That's right. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Bottom
yeah.
line.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, who invited Muhammad?
Yo, this is my pandemic
Hey,
look, son.
yo, I tell you one thing. The fucking corona got the terrorists out, moving freely. We got we got bigger fish to fry. The terrorists are out.
You
The terrorists are
damn
like,
right,
fuck
baby.
that.
Yo,
When he gonna bala? Yeah, whatever, nigga. Put
yo,
your
yo,
mask. Is that a bomb? Fuck that bomb. Put your mask on.
yo.
Somebody,
As close as barbers get to you, man. Like, and I got a private barber. I go to his house, so he come to mine. But that's the only man that ever touched my face, and I'm cool with it.
yo,
Mm.
you straight Brooklyn, son.
The dude is so close to you, and I don't know where. It's like the Pac-Man tunnel. Like you don't know where he go when he not in front of you. So just like, yo, I don't know if you got it or not. So I'm good. I'm good.
Yo, that's funny, man.
I'm gonna
That's
let
some
it hang
funny
out.
shit. That's some real shit, though. All right, so listen, this is how it goes down. I'm gonna do a countdown coming to the show. I do something real quick off the headlines. Just a real quick mention of a headline. Then I go to chop it up. That's gonna be me and Attica, and we're gonna stay in the two shot. And then I'm gonna go to commercial. Come back. When I come back, I'm gonna come back to Chris. And when I hit Chris up and intro Chris, we're gonna chop it up about 3-4 minutes back and forth, two shot. Then I'm gonna re-say your name, and he's gonna go to a one shot on you, and that's your 4 or 5 minute rant on whatever you want to fuck with. You know what I mean? Whatever you want to talk about. Then the same thing, commercial. Then back to you, sync, same thing.
My man.
All right,
So,
all
so
right. So
once
make
we're
sure.
done, we're off.
Yeah, it's gonna once you can leave or you can sit in the studio and
Okay,
watch the whole thing. You ain't gotta leave, but
cool,
once we go, it's gonna click that way camera wise.
cool.
All right, let's do it. All right, E, we ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, what up, everybody? It's your boy Talent. Welcome back to another show. It's just comedy, the show, baby. You know how we do it every night, Sunday through Thursday, 9 o'clock. A new episode. It's just comedy, the show, or as I like to call it, quarantine comedy and then some. Because you can't get out right now. You can't go see your favorite comedians, your favorite entrepreneurs, politicians, R&B singers, rap, whatever you like, rock and roll, techno. I don't give a damn. You can't get out, go see them, so we bring it to you live in your home, your humble abode, if you will, your garage, wherever you choose. Some people like to sit down, take a shit, and watch whatever their programs are. Yo, listen, we don't mind. We're not in the bathroom with you. We can't smell that shit. Anyway, quarantine comedy and then some. Your boy Taylor, let's get right to it and stop playing and chew the fat. First of all, hit the headlines. I'm going to hit the headlines. And a very disturbing headline just came out where they're saying that the White House is quietly shutting down the scientists and their professional opinions and fact providing. They're limiting them or they're totally shutting them down. Either way, they're holding back the news of how bad or worse it could get just to open up the economy. I'm going to tell you, like I told all my black folks in Atlanta when they jumped the gun first in Georgia, the governor said, go on out, barbershops open. Do not fall for the okie doke so fast. Take your time. Use your, I understand common sense ain't that common, but use it as much as you can to what, you don't have to try to go full-fledged back into it. We know we're not ready. We know we're not there. We see the numbers, and the numbers have not stopped. You know what I mean? They're continuing. They said, oh, it's only going to be 50,000. Man, we had 90,000 deaths and counting. So now the new projection is, by August, 150,000. So, hey, I say all that to say, be careful. Just give you a little brief hit of the headlines of what's out there. Now, my people, it's time to do what I call Chop It Up. But Chop It Up segment is dear to my heart today because I had a chance to work with this brother. And before we even worked together, we just knew each other. And we, good people's good people. Y'all know how I do on the show. All my guests that I personally connected with, they're on this show for a reason. All right, let me tell you, this brother right here is an award-nominated producer, writer, director, and actor. You got to put that under there. I mean, he started his way from the bottom up. He worked that key grip and that assistant and that runner on movie sets all over the place to get to his own movie sets. All right. So this is my man, award-winning actor and director. This is the big homie, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome Attica Torrance, Brooklyn's own, Brooklyn's son is in the building. Bed-Stuy. What up, son?
Sound like I want to start a MMA match. Like I might take on 53-year-old Tyson. I like the way you introduced me, brother.
Hey, why not? Why not, bro?
Because it hurts. I'm joking.
Hey, first of all, happy quarantine. Where you quarantine? You in BK?
I'm in Bed-Stuy, baby, BK.
Okay,
yes,
so
sir.
You're in Brooklyn right now, and you know what's funny about people being on lockdown or quarantine? Everybody got their own different situations. Like me, I'm Dolo, so that's a whole different situation. Me just taking care of the dogs, walking the dogs, everything's done in-house, solo. Now, some people married, children, full house, family running around. What's the scene over there? Because it's kind of quiet right now.
Well, I got my wife, my daughter, and 3 bitches. That's who I live with. I got my wife, my daughter. I got 3 dogs, all of them female. I'm the only
That's funny
in my crib.
You're the first person I'm a dog dude. You're the first person I heard say 3 females in the same house. How is that? Do they get along good?
I'm gonna just say, I understand. Like they bitches, yo. Like I don't. Like, I understand. Like so, I have an alpha, the 7-year-old, 8-year-old. She's an Anatolian Shepherd. Then I got the 3-year-old who's a South African Borbal. She's bigger than the older one, but the older one is meaner. Like the Borbal is 115 pounds. You know what I'm saying? The Shepherd is about 80 pounds, 70 pounds. Then my wife wanted this little. My wife and daughter, they wanted a lap dog, yo. They just wanted a purse dog.
So, you did not bring a little one into that situation.
Yo, but the little one is the wild one, yo. It's like all my little dudes from East New York and Brownsville. He's like all my 5'6" under. The dog is like Joe Pesci, yo.
But that's a little dog thing. That's a real thing,
So from the time she came in, 3-4 months old, like she looking at the big dog who's 100 pounds jumping on her face.
That's a real thing, son. Like when I used to live in Brooklyn and stay with my ex, she had a Yorkie. Shout out to Yo, she just passed away maybe a year or 2 ago. But the little Yorkie, I was like, yo, every time I came over that crib, I had to fight before we relaxed. You know what I'm saying? Like you couldn't just come in and relax. Look, you had to do all this and throw them around the room and bounce them off the wall. And then about 20 minutes of that shit, the dog come back like, all right, what's on TV? I'm like, yo. But you're right though, dog. Like I got the male situation here. And when I walk my dogs, they looking for the bitches. Like we went out this morning and for whatever reason, normally the dog sees about 3 or 4 neighborhood dogs and I'll walk in at least. Nothing, right? So my dog stopped at the corner before we turned to come back home and shut up and look. I felt like a nigga looked at me and was like, yo, where the bitches? Ain't no bitches out, son. Fuck Corona. It was the craziest thing. But first of all, man, thank you for doing the show. First of all, I appreciate your time. I know you're busy and everything. You got a lot popping on. We're gonna get to what's coming up, but I want to go back for a minute first and say what a pleasure it was and how shockingly professional. And that's not. I'm not saying that in a derogatory, disrespectful way, but when you work with friends, a lot of times you do favors because you like the person. Like your person who you are, you know I fucks with you. So when you say, T, I got this thing, man, you want to do it, whatever, I'm like, absolutely, I'm going to do it. You know what I mean? But in doing it, I was shocked, like, and proud at the same time, like, yo, my dude is doing it right. Like, he's doing it. Like, I'm not just here in favor mode doing this, like, oh, let me get the fuck out of here.
Right.
I'm on a real set, in other words. So for those who don't know what I'm talking about, Attica's Baby, one of his projects, my brother, we worked on this joint, and like I said, I was totally, and even with the finished product, just impressed, brother. Take us through the motion. Take us through the conception of the idea, making it happen, the finished product. You just take us on that ride for real quick.
Well, I thank you, and I appreciate you. And I can spend this whole interview giving you your accolades and how much I appreciate you, but I'm gonna just say thank you. I'm gonna just say thank you. You know what I'm saying?
You're welcome.
And that means everything that undergirds it. So I started college a long time ago, didn't know what I wanted to do. I left, I went back, and I went after film. I went after acting. And when I went after acting, as I was taking acting courses, I realized ain't nobody gonna put me in a film because I'm a new jack. So I said, yo, I'm gonna take some directing courses and I'm gonna direct, myself. I'm gonna direct my own joint. Then I said, yo, ain't nobody gonna hire me as a director because I'm a new jack. So I said, I need to learn how to write. So I was like, all right, let's go write. So I started taking acting, directing, and writing classes, and then learned the whole thing as an undergrad. And then the year I graduated, I was working on a screenplay, and I realized that I need to figure out something that I could shoot, that I could afford. And it was the first movie I ever did outside of school. I did a couple of shorts, but it's the first feature I did. I wrote it. I thought it was good, and then I was like, yo, what's the next thing? Who do you get? So you and I were cool from doing what we do, and then it was just like, your talent, I want you to take a look at it and see what you think. And you was like, yo, I like it, but I can add some writing to it too. I can punch your jokes up. I see where you're going with it, but it's just not there. So I was like, I bet. And I think the first thing I would like to say, what I really admire, man, no egos, because I wasn't like, nah, you can't write on my joint. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it was, I'm like, oh, you're the comedian. So if there's a joke that needs to be punched up, like, I wrote it, but talent put his talent on it. And I was just like, all right, dope. And then I recognized how much you appreciated it, because not only did you want to write on it, you brought your other actors to it, right? And you brought some of your homies, and then other cats who you didn't bring was like, yo, because you were in it, was like, yo, now I want to be in it, because we ain't gonna be humble. Back in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, you was the king, like you are the king of comedy in New York, underground comedy, and everything was popping, from the radio to live shows to performances. So when you put your name on it, everybody wanted to be in it. There were some folks there. There's a dude that still gets upset with me now when he see me say, you should have put me in that movie. You don't know who that is?
Who?
Capone.
Are you serious?
I'm dead serious. Capone said, now who laughing now, son? Who popping now?
Wow.
I mean, it was a joke, but
no, I get it, right.
It was funny because
that's funny.
He's one of the dudes who are hot now that wasn't in it, because we had 13 of New York's top underground. Everybody was on the moment of just blowing. Right. And you had your stature, but everybody else, like we had Darnell Rollins, Tony Roberts, Todd Lynn, before he got on Wife and Kids, God bless the dead, Roberto Vanderpool, Sink. And
don't forget Slow-Mo.
So, Kenny Williams, brother. Yo. Not only is that one of the most memorable characters that people talk about to this day, one of the most memorable moments on set is Kenny Williams started snapping on you one day at lunchtime. He came in at lunchtime and started snapping, and you killed him for the rest of the day. Like the rest of the day.
His character, I'm not gonna lie, that was the funniest part to me in that movie. That whole the Reverend Al shopping scene. Dude, that him and Tony, dude, it's the craziest joint. But no, I mean, you're right though. It was definitely ego free zone.
Yes.
And that was one of the best things about it, bro. And I just gotta applaud you because I meet and work with a lot of people along the way with similar visions and similar ideas. But that's why I wanted you to tell that story, because to hear the work you put in, everybody don't do that part. So somewhere along the line, it's something to be said for a body of work, because if something's missing in the body of work, bro, it's like a foundation to a house. Something in that house going to sink or fall.
Yeah.
So you got to go back to the body of work to understand why this house is so strong. 5 hurricanes done came through there. This house ain't budged because the foundation is holding it up, and it's crazy. Now, you done went on to do that. You did, a whole bunch of stuff. The stuff you worked on, I remember you used to send me stuff and everything. I'm like, that's my dude right there. No matter how much time went by and we didn't see each other, everybody got those people in their heart that they're proud of each step of the way. You know what I mean? Now, we was talking off camera and off air not too long ago, and you was mentioning a whole new thing. Is it a book?
I just completed a novel. Yes.
Get out.
It's a novel. So I wanted to write another screenplay, and I'm just like, a screenplay is like whatever. If it doesn't get produced, then it's like it never happened. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that tree that falls in a forest and nobody's there. Does it make a sound? So I was just like, yo, I'm not gonna do that again. So I turned it into a novel, because I really wanted to be a TV show, but I turned it into a novel, and it's loosely based on, my information about growing up in Brooklyn in the early 90s. It's called Brooklyn Bred. I actually have it here.
Woo!
Yep. Got the gold trimming on the side.
Stop playing, man.
I'm gonna send you a copy.
Yes, I need mine.
Like, it's a novel, but it's like it's set up like a coffee table book, because I wanted to do something different. This is a special limited edition, and they've been popping. I'm selling them for $100 each. Nice. And it's the special limited edition. Once they done, we're going to Kindle, and we're going to paperback, and then we had whatever they decide, $15.99, $19.99. That's going to be the paperback. But for these right here, whoever want those, and they've been selling. That's what I've been doing for the past 3 days, man. I got packages that I'm shipping to the post. The same way we did the VHS cassettes of Brotherly Love, is the same way I'm doing these books.
But see, that's what I'm saying, man. You're an icon of this thing, man. You know what the hell you're doing from A to Z. You always putting the work in. Where can we get those books, though? How about that? Like, somebody's watching this right now and they want them books. Will you send them?
So all of the information, my name is under my name, Attica J. Torrance, right? So my Facebook is Attica J. Torrance. My Instagram is Attica J. Torrance. My website is atticajtorrance.com. And all of my contact information is there. And I'm getting my website updated now. These things, before I was going to sell them, I posted it, and it's going crazy, bro.
They ordered already crazy before you even
Yes, and even this process was amazing, because I had to switch printers like 3 times because factories were shutting down because of the times that we're in, right? So factories were shutting down. I had a whole apparel thing that was coming out with it, because as you know, when you have a captive audience, whether you're doing a panel discussion or on stage show or a seminar, if they're here to buy your books and you got a t-shirt to sell, some people may not be able to afford $100 book, but they'll drop $25 on a t-shirt. So, I once heard my man who does plays, he said the plays revenue, the ticket, the box office, you should get 50% of the what you make at the box office for merchandise. And he said the biggest sellers are the cheapest things, like the little buttons and stuff for $2. He said they'll sell 2,000 buttons and mess around and sell like 100 books. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah,
So
I could tell you from just me being on road and doing my shows, I could tell you, man, like the t-shirts and
mhm,
hoodies, dude. I for the last I don't know couple of years, I've been going so hard with them because I've been in a situation where I'm on a pretty good paying gig and
mhm.
still beat that with my merch.
Nice.
You understand what I'm
Nice.
saying? So I do
Yeah.
understand that right there. You know what we're gonna do
What
because
up?
our connection is what it is.
Mhm,
We only a couple of minutes from the other side of this thing here, a couple of months, where
mhm.
you're more than welcome to come to all the shows and set up and let's move these joints, man, and do one hand wash the other, brother. You know what I mean?
Man,
Let's get this. Let's get this. Let's get the word out. Let's get the merch money coming in. And more important, I already know how your brain's spinning because this book gonna turn into something else.
yes, sir. My goal. I wrote it because I wanted it to be a TV show.
I already know.
I
And we
wanted it
gonna
to be
get
a
there.
TV show. And the absolute worst case scenario, it'll be a feature film. And
Gotcha.
that's
But a
not a
TV
bad
show.
case.
Well, no, it's not a bad case. But I see the big picture and all that good
Yeah,
stuff, man. I
yeah.
thank you for your time, bro.
Yo, love you, brother.
Thank you, man. Hey, listen, man. That's my big homie, Bed-Stuy to the fullest. Brooklyn's son right there, Attica J. Torrance. Attica J. Torrance on all media outlets. Get that book. Love you, bro. Brooklyn Bread.
Appreciate you.
One more.
Yes,
Thank you, bro.
absolutely.
Salute. Salute, my man. That's how we put it down. It's just comedy, the show. Don't move. Be right back with that quarantine comedy. Booyah. Hey, yo, what's the deal, y'all? Welcome back. It's your boy Talent. Shout out to Attica Torrance, man. Attica J. Torrance on all social media outlets. Get the Brooklyn Bread book. It's crazy. But right now, it's time to jump right into our comedy. Quarantine comedy, baby. Got two bangers in the building today. I'm going to my little homie right here. I'm going to love him forever because right at my feet lies one of my dogs, which was a gift from the big homie. From the Apollo Theater, y'all, please welcome Chris Catman. Grant is in the building. Y'all give it up for Chris. He's here with us in the studio. What up, sir?
What it look like? What it look like?
It look good, baby. We good, man.
I hear you talking about Bruno over there looking for the bitches.
Yo, Bruno right here, like laid out, like look at him just taking a little nap at the feet, man. Thank you very much once again for my big homie right here. You gave me one of the best gifts a man could give another man, and I salute you for that, fam. How you holding up in the quarantine, bro?
Oh man, she was beautiful, man. I'm getting so much rest, man. I work from the bed, nigga. You don't know how many times I done gave a lecture on my drawers. Parent conferences are phenomenal, boy.
Listen, I can relate, bro.
Yeah,
I definitely can relate, man. So you quarantine, you like me, right? You dolo at the crib.
Well, no, I came to Shorty crib because she.
Okay, so you quarantine with somebody. Okay.
Yeah. That's the beauty. That's the beauty when you got somebody, right? But you still got your own place. You can quarantine with the boo, but then you can dip out like I got to go check on the crib and shit.
I gotta go check on nobody at this other crib.
I left some laundry in the wall. You can't leave that smell like that because then the clothes get moldy and then you got all
that's the problem
going on. You can't have mold in the air because that messes up the cardiovascular respiratory system thing going on.
That don't make no damn sense, but I get it. That's that damn high education. Nah, because the circumference of the clothes, and then you know how I get it. It's crazy. That's all you got to end off with. You know how I get it. It's crazy. And you going to win, dog. Do she got dogs?
No. I bought my cat.
Oh, you got the cat there. Okay, cool. That's what's up, man. That's it. Listen. Hey, listen, Bruno, let me tell you about Bruno. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruno is now 4 years old. This past March, you gave him to me exactly 2 years ago, March, when my other dogs passed away. I appreciate that. And this dude now, his job now for the last 8 months is he is training and schooling the two young puppies that's 8 months old. Yo, so you got to see how he fucking just runs them, trains them every day, 3 times a day. They got these 30-foot running leashes. And they go out there and he just do this, just run them like horses galloping, man. So I salute you, man. He's raising 2 beautiful 8-month brothers and sisters. Now, they're going to be way bigger than him. That's going to be the funniest thing in the world. It's going to remind you of like a black household where the older brother's little.
The big little brother.
So I can't wait. So anyway, thank you for being on the show. Hey, Chris, man, I'm going to hit you with the camera. Do your thing. You got 4 or 5 minutes. Ran on the comedy by my man Chris Grant, y'all. Show him some love. Boom.
Nah, man, you already know what it is, man. I'm out here trying to do this whole Corona thing and maintain and get my finances and everything right. But like, it's just certain shit don't make sense anymore, right? Like I remember when they had told us in the beginning, they was like, "Yo, this virus is deadly. Like you gotta cover your face and all that, but you gotta have a certain mask. You got to have an N95 mask because if you got the N95, you ain't gonna do shit." You need the N95. You get you the N95, you cool. And the N64 or N32, that ain't gonna cut the shit. Now they say you just put it on your face and you'll be all right. And motherfuckers just eat that shit up like it's cool. And nobody sees the inconsistency. They say you gotta put a mask on. And now I feel like the Corona people are just like the LGBT people. If you ain't down with the cause, you finna get your ass beat. You know how do you know how many times I've been stopped from going into a store because I didn't have a mask on? They wouldn't even Target because I didn't have a mask on. I took my shirt off and wrapped it around my face. I said, "How about now?" Like, what am I supposed to do? This is taking us to a whole nother level of fanaticism, and things are never going to be the same. Like, it really took the government to tell you that if you don't wash your ass, you're finna die when people start washing their ass. Like, I've never seen people wipe down doorknobs so frequently. Think about this. For the first time in 150 years, the MTA actually cleaned the trains for the first time last week. The MTA cleaned the subway system for the first time in 150 years. It took motherfuckers choking on their own mucus for you to go and wash these goddamn trains. You know what I mean? Like, this is the accident we needed for people to wash their ass. But now it's so wild, and I honestly can't wait to see how things progress, because everything that has been happening and what has been leading up to it, and we've just been so blinded by money and Instagram and getting popping that we completely missed everything. And now some of us are struggling to figure out how we're gonna be poised to win and set up. And it's just bad, man. It's bad. Like, I really feel like this is one of them bio-warfare tests to see how long a population can survive, to see if they can use this in the future. And not only does it reset our government as a whole, it resets our entire way of life. Like, no more cash. Apple Pay. Like, Apple Pay for everything. Like, swipe and scan. Like, could you imagine going to a prostitute and she said, "You're going to have to put your card in here and I'm going to need to see some identification." It's like everything cashless, and it's just ridiculous. It's crazy. Like if you got $70 million in an apartment somewhere in Harlem, you ain't gonna be able to do shit with that in a few years. And by a few, I mean probably next. Like, what you gonna do with that, man? You better buy some Bitcoin or rob some gold or some shit. But I digress, man. Y'all make sure y'all wash y'all ass and eat vegetables. I'm gonna go ahead and right now.
Did you just say wash your ass and eat vegetables? and do it in that order, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
But you never lied, dog, because you know what was funny is before they even got, it was like a couple weeks before they got to that point with the mask in the store, Petco had already shut it down.
Yeah.
And they got the automatic sliding door, so they had a dude cut that off and manually doing this and letting a few people in at a time, but you had that. So motherfucker looked at me and said, whoa. I said, did you even pay attention to the regulations? It's like your store is way too big for that. Like, you got to be where you can't social distance. I get it. You need the mask. I said, this is a big ass Petco.
Right.
And I'm going right beeline to get one thing and out. Yeah, I know, but the store. But I said, well, listen, you're going to go back there and get that shit. Take on my card, get that shit. I'm right here, and bring it out. The lady was like, "What is it you need?" Yeah, bitch, get it. You're not gonna turn me around. I done Ubered all the way across town to get in there. You ain't never lied, bro.
You know what I can't wait for? When everything open back up and niggas go to the club, but you gotta have a fresh ass mask to get in and shit. Like, niggas gonna have a mask with diamonds and shit, man.
I seen one today. I seen an iced out joint today. I'm doing a funeral. I'm like, I said, you just gotta be glossy everywhere you go. She just started laughing. I'm like, yo, but that's how people was like. People came to me to sell masks. I was like, I can't do it. I hear you, but because it's attached to death and it's touched my family, I'm good. I'll wear a mask, but I ain't getting into the business of the shit. That's great. Yo, Chris, I appreciate you, bro. Hey, give them your social media, fam, before you get out of it.
You already, man. My social media, follow me on Instagram at official Chris Grant, y'all. And you can find me on Facebook at Chris Catman Grant. Holla at your boy, y'all.
Appreciate you, man. That's my big homie right there. It's Just Comedy, the show. Shout out to my man, Chris Catman Grant, doing the damn thing. Don't go nowhere. Right back. More quarantine comedy. Booyah. Hey, what's the deal? Welcome back. It's Just Comedy, the show. We still full-fledged, rocking at you. Shout out to Attica Torrance already. You see my man Chris Catman Grant doing his thing. Now we're going to keep it moving. This is the big homie right here. Probably, if we had an award show right now, smoothest comic in the world award goes to my main man. From Showtime at the Apollo, BT Comic View, you name it, he's done it. Brooklyn Sun is in the building. Y'all give it up for the comic by one name. Sync is in the building, man. Clap it up for the comedy stylist of the big. What up, big homie?
You tell me, fam, how you doing?
Hey, man, we hanging in there, man. Trying to make it happen, bro.
For us, this is strange. Us side by side, and we not on a boat. This is some bullshit. I'm looking for my midnight peanut butter and jelly and my 2 chocolate milks, nigga.
Yo, that's my number one roommate on the cruise, man. I said that to somebody. Your name came up. I said, let me tell you something about Sync. That's the best. I don't even like roommates. I said, but with him, I said, dude, it's just like, yo, we talking about the perfect 2 dudes. Got to share a cabin, dude. Yo, we was the smoothest dudes that ever did it. It don't get no smoother than that.
And report to our gig every night without fail in the casino, son. We had to punch in at the casino. We had punch cards where we kept clock out. I'm here.
Yo, you ain't never told a fib on that, bro. Well, thank you for doing the show, man. Welcome to It's Just Comedy, bro.
Hey, thank you for having me, my brother. It is a blessing, man. You know, I welcome the change. This shit is getting bananas out here. You hear me? I'm losing. Matter of fact, I got to buy a TV because they were talking about the elderly can now come in at like from 8 to 10 in these grocery stores. And when they said elderly is from 55 and over, I kicked my TV clean off the stand. I'm like, who the fuck are they calling elderly, nigga? What the fuck? Yo, this shit is ridiculous. And this mask shit, you know how Brooklyn is, B.
Right.
I got to the store, I didn't have a mask on. Dude came up behind me, and he had a mask. Dude moved me out the way and said, yeah, let this nigga in. The mask nigga robbed him. The mask nigga robbed him. And then after he left, I said, no, never mind, nigga, because that motherfucker took all the change. I'm not even coming in your store now.
Yo, you too funny, man. Listen, man, I'm gonna fall back, give you the one shot, man. Rock out, vent, do what you do. Ladies and gentlemen, the incomparable comedian Sync is in the studio with us. Rock out, baby.
Hey, listen, baby. This quarantine thing is just a test as to who the hell is the fittest, okay? Who is ready for the new world order? And one of the strongest forces in the world is pussy. All right, men rule the world, but pussy is the strongest force in the world. And I'm ready. Listen, I'm here by myself, but I'm prepared because I'm not going to be alone, right? One way or another, the bitch hasn't been out to exercise in a while. She needs a meal, and it's getting hard for me to keep feeding this bitch, but she's going to be all right. I'm going to be prepared. I'm not worried about a goddamn thing.
Oh, shit.
Folks is trying to sell the N95 mask. I've been ready since the last pandemic. I got the N3 This shit right here. This motherfucker right here. You can't. This shit is fit to keep out the Ebola, the Black Plague, all of the original viruses, not these brand new. See, this is the novel coronavirus.
Oh my goodness.
This shit is for the original fucking viruses, baby. Trust me. And yo, I want to shout out my man Attica too, because I'm proud of that brother. You know, I watched the portion of the show with Attica, and when he was holding up the book, and the fact that he hasn't been out to get a shave, I thought the camera had switched over to a version of the Bible because that nigga looked like Moses. While he was holding up the book, I was like, this nigga's about to say, "Thou shalt not make unto thyself any graven image." Listen, folks, we're gonna get through this, okay?
Oh,
and on the real side, little comedy, but on the real side, listen, don't fall for the nonsense with these people telling you that you can go outside and everything is okay. These folks got one thing in mind, is these dollars. They are putting dollars over your health. Stay your black ass in the house. Keep social distancing until this shit is gone or until there's a vaccination. And then that's kind of iffy because we don't know what the hell's going to be in that vaccination. So think about it.
Yes, sir.
Right? Do the shit that your grandmother brought you up doing. You understand?
Yes, sir.
All that old world stuff. The shit from down south, the shit from the Caribbean. We've been fighting viruses for years. I had all remedies. I know my grandmother used to say, if you have a headache that you can't get rid of, it's probably an ant crawling in your ear, and you just need a hot cup of pee. That's all you need. Put some pee in your ear, and you kill your ant, and now your headache gone. And the only side effect was smelling like piss. That's the only side effect. You don't have these side effects like this bullshit now. You trust me, the pharmaceutical companies are gonna come out with some COVID shit that's gonna give you 19 fucking side effects. You're gonna have to order 19 more goddamn drugs to beat this
God.
shit.
Yo, dude,
Hell
you are out of your damn mind. I tell you that right there. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is the comedian, one of my best friends. I'm a big fan when he's on stage because the man is no holds barred. I can't wait till we get back to doing what we do, man, and catching up with you in Harlem. Like when you do Harlem, man, that monthly thing you and Bert Smooth, man, I love that.
Oh, thank you, baby. And you blew that out the frame.
I love that, man.
Matter of fact, when we opened at Stingrays, you did that first show.
Oh, yeah.
It was rammed. And I came in there thinking, damn, look at all these people that found out about my new shit. And then the next month, there was 4 niggas. I said, talent is on shit.
Listen, man, love you to death, bro. You got social media, Facebook you want to shout out?
Yeah, boy, you can catch me on Facebook at Robert Sinkler. That's SINCK. Always remember how it's spelled. It stands for sense is never common, kid. SINCK. Robert Sinkler. And on Instagram at Sink Boogie.
Sink Boogie.
Sink Boogie on Instagram, baby.
My man, nothing but love.
Old fashioned way.
Okay, just catch me. So you can catch me the old fashioned way. Just beat me. You know what I mean? Listen, shout out to my man Sink. And shout out to Chris Catman Grant. And definitely super producer, director, actor, award winner, Attica J. Torrance, man, for all being on the show. Don't forget the book, Brooklyn Bred. All platforms, he's Attica with 2 T's, Attica J. Torrance. Support that. And I want to end this show off here today, on a serious note, to just saying, because we're talking about the pandemic and all this good stuff, trying to do it right, save lives, all that stuff. Don't rush. You know what I mean? I know the government has their agenda, but just being a civilian and a mom, a dad, a brother, a son, a daughter, grandparent, you want to do it right. You want to try to get it as right or close to right as possible. So I want everybody to move in strides. And to my youth out there, can't stress this enough. We have to get a hold of this inner city black on black crimes, especially with the youth. Like we dealing with this big pandemic, and I'm noticing that shots are still being fired. These young kids are still being murdered in these streets. Come on, step by step, let's get ourselves together, man. Because if we all we got, we heard that all the time. You know, if you ever see New Jack City, that's one of the deepest parts right there. We all we got, and that's the truth to my people. So, shout out to everybody. Be smart, be smooth like Sync, be funny like the teacher Chris Grant, and be innovative like the author, producer, director, and writer and actor Attica J. Torrance. It's been another hit show. It's Just Comedy, the show. See you 9 o'clock on the next one, baby. Booyah.
Goodbye.
See, I gave you another break.
Yeah, what? Right on
I
time.
gave you another little break in between, son. You know what I'm saying? See you on the next one.
All right.